Well, you say that these offenders often confess to decades of abuse against a child, and they get away with it for decades. To me, that's what's one of the things that's so shocking. And obviously that's why guys like you exist, to try to crack these things and put an end to this. And obviously it's a situation where there's almost no end until the next life where we don't have to deal with these kinds of people. So you indicate that some of these offenders go through years and years and years of this kind of activity, and they actually keep getting away with it. How come? I mean, last time you were on, Patrick, we're going to get there because we want to revisit it. We talked about how the whole world of electronics has been the biggest seducer of preteens and teens in this troubling arena for certainly the last 10, 15 years, because they meet online and then they will likely meet them in person. But the stalking has always been a problem. And what you have suggested, and when I hear you and read you, is that in the 21st century, it's gone out of control. It's a pandemic because of electronics. But why is it some of these fellows, and you say it's 99% of the time it's guys, how come they're getting away with it so long?
Well, it's a crime that has a lot to do with manipulating their targeted victim. And as I explain in the book you're referring to, it involves several elements or phases of that, the victimization of that child, a process. Some people call it grooming. I think grooming is a bit of a homogenized term for this. It's more diabolical than grooming. It's very manipulative, and it's just downright insidious. They gain that child's trust, as you heard. They, in that little excerpt you started the show with, they gain that child's trust. They put up a facade of what they're really not. It's truly they're putting something up that they're representing many times something less than honest. And it's a lie. I would say people can't conceive an adult doing to a child. Yeah. Many of us out there just can't even conceive that another adult would be this way.
I agree.
The trust aspect is huge, gaining the trust of the child's parents, the manipulation that goes on. It's very satanic. And then it evolves into what I would call the courtship element or phase, where, again, this person, as you heard that perpetrator talking about how he will play to that child's feelings and thoughts about themselves, their sexual development, and say the things they know that's going to trigger certain physiological and emotional responses in that child. And then it goes into the seduction phase. That seduction, it's just a heightened type of courtship. And, you look back when we courted each other as young adults and meeting our mates, it's a fun, exciting process of getting to know somebody that you really feel like you may be spending the rest of your life with. That's the mindset they put these children in. And these children obviously are not mature enough to understand what's going on. And once that seduction is completed, then obviously it evolves into what I would call the offending stage, the actual sexual offending stage. And that can last for days, weeks, months, even years.
Yep.